The NBA Finals start today, and of course, there's a lot of things to discuss and unpack about it. I want to go ahead and get right into it. Now, there are a couple pros that I like about each team. What I like about the Celtics is they're a better overall team. They've got a lot of options to throw at Luka and Kyrie Irving with Derek White, Drew Holiday, even Jaylen Brown. They demolished the Eastern Conference on their way. I know everyone's going to talk about injuries and stuff like that, but the bottom line is that you play who you have to play. The other team can't help and dictate who gets injured and who does not. And what I saw was utter domination of the Eastern Conference from the Celtics. Anybody they played, they were getting destroyed by the Celtics. They were by far the best team in the Eastern Conference. They also are getting Kristaps Porzingis back, which I think is going to have a monumental impact on this series. They lost maybe, 2 games in the entire Eastern Conference without Kristaps being there. With him being there, that just makes them that much more of a better team. And the Celtics have a lot more depth than the Dallas Mavericks do. Now, the Dallas Mavericks, I believe, have the best player in the series in Luka Doncic. I don't think it's necessarily close. And I love Jason Tatum, right? He's my brother. I love him. But Jason Tatum is not on the same player as Luka Doncic. Then there's Kyrie Irving. He's been there. He's done that. He's been to a championship. The Dallas Mavericks have dual bigs with Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford, 2 guys who I think are going to have a monumental impact on this series, win or lose. If they play bad, then the Mavericks are going to have a hard time. If they play really, really good, the Mavericks have a great chance at winning this series. The Mavericks can also really score the ball. The defense has improved. They have what I like to call the underdog advantage. They have the underdog advantage, right? If the Boston Celtics come out and win the first 2 games and blow out the Dallas Mavericks, that's expected, right? But if the Dallas Mavericks win game 1, that's going to stun the Celtics. Everyone's going to have to be like, is this Celtics team as good as we thought? It's going to cause question, and I think that's a significant advantage for a team that is the underdog in a series like this. I think that's a significant advantage. You are not expected to win. If you win, this is going to be a surprise. The Celtics are coming in, they're expected to win this series. I think that is huge. In my opinion, that is huge. The Celtics also have yet to face a real challenge for a lot of people. I just don't think they face a team of Mavericks magnitude yet. I don't think they have. First round was, Second round, Third round was a sweep, right? They faced a lot of injuries. Again, I'll go back to the point I made a couple seconds ago. You have to play who you have to play. They can't help that. But the Celtics have not gone against a team of the Mavericks caliber all playoffs. I don't know if I can trust them under pressure. Now, a couple of bold predictions for this series. I believe that Holiday and White are going to give Luka Doncic very serious issues, especially in these first 2 Celtics home games. They are amazing defenders. Luka Doncic was struggling a little bit with Lou Dort. I think that the Celtics can give him issues in the first 2 games. Now, I do think they're going to ultimately figure it out, and the Dallas Mavericks are going to find a way to say, okay, let's get Luka Doncic a better matchup. Let's run some screens. Let's run pick and roll. Let's give him a better matchup on offense and on defense. Let's give Luka Doncic a better matchup. I think the Mavericks are going to figure it out. They have a smart head coach in Jason Kidd. I think they're going to figure it out eventually. But these first 2 Celtics home games, I think Luka's going to have some real problems. Also, if the Mavs are going to win the finals, Kyrie Irving is going to have to win the finals MVP. Take it or leave it. That's probably my most bold take. Kyrie Irving is going to have to win finals MVP if the Dallas Mavericks are going to win this NBA finals. And I don't know if he has it in him. I know he's been there before. I know he's seen the finals multiple times. I don't know if Kyrie Irving can, for 6 games, put up an NBA Finals MVP performance, but I don't doubt him. If he gets hot, right? That's just how Kyrie works. Also, I do not believe Jason Tatum is going to show up in the way that Celtics fans want to. I do not trust Jason Tatum under pressure. I do not trust him in the finals. I think he's a great player. I don't think he's a number 1 option. Derek White also will emerge as a finals MVP candidate. Again, amazing player. I think Derek White is a great defender, but also he can light it up on offense. There are games where Derek White can get 15 points, 30 points, 25 points. There are games where he can do that. I believe his defense and his offensive impact overall will launch him into MVP caliber comments or MVP caliber expectations when it comes to the finals this year. I think that could definitely happen. I could see Derek White being an NBA Finals MVP for a multitude of reasons. And also, you can make an argument that the Mavs have the 2 best players in the series. You can say that Jason Tatum is better than Kyrie Irving. But to me, that's debatable. To me, that's even debatable. That's debatable to me. It's just straight up. I think Jason Tatum is a fantastic player, but I think Kyrie Irving is not that far behind him if he is behind him. I think you can argue that the Dallas Mavericks have the two best players in this series. Now, a couple of things that both of these teams are going to have to do if they want to win this series. The Boston Celtics, I'm going to run through these quick. You need to get Tatum and Brown going. Plain and simple as that. You also need to find a way to defend that monster Luka Doncic. He has been insane in the playoffs. He's leading the playoffs in points, rebounds, assists, win shares, and literally every stat you could possibly think of. You also have to force the Mavericks to make shots at the basket. You cannot let them run free on the perimeter. If you let the Dallas Mavericks run free on the perimeter, they are going to run circles around you. They're going to be raining threes. Luka Doncic is going to have a field day. Kyrie Irving is going to have a field day. You have to force the Dallas Mavericks inside and make them face your bigs on the inside. Make them finish at the rim. And lastly, for the Boston Celtics, you got to win both games at home to win the series. You have to. I think if you are the Boston Celtics, you treat these two games as the two most important games of the season. They are your two most important games of the year. If the Boston Celtics win these first two games at home, their chances of winning this series skyrocketed. Their chances of getting out of this series in a sweep skyrocket. Now going to the Dallas Mavericks. Again, I think it's reversed. If you are the Dallas Mavericks, you have to win Game 1. Game 1 is a must-win for you if you are the Dallas Mavericks. They also need to go undefeated at home throughout this series. I know that's probably a little bit obvious, but I don't think the Mavericks can afford to lose a game at home. This Celtics team is too good. They're too balanced. They're really big. They're really experienced. I do not think you can afford to drop a game at home if you're the Dallas Mavericks. Also, Kyrie Irving has got to go on one of the best stretches, if not the best stretch of his entire career. Entire career. Yes, I said that. Kyrie Irving has to have an amazing super series if the Dallas Mavericks want to win this NBA championship. Kyrie Irving is going to have the greatest stretch he has ever had in his career. I'm talking 30 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, something like that. Kyrie Irving is going to have to be one of the best players and one of the best guards in the NBA, an all-time level talent, if the Mavs want a chance to win this series. And also the Dallas Mavericks, they have to get Lively and Gafford to put some serious work in. Those guys are going to have to put in some crazy work if the Dallas Mavericks want a chance to win this series. They're going to have to. Those are your two bigs. Those are the two biggest guys on the floor. They're your two rebounders, your two enforcers, your two inside scorers, your inside presence in general. They're going to have to average 20 and 20 together for the series, which means one of them is going to have to get 10 and 10, the other's going to have to get 10 and 10. One of them gets 11 and 11, the other one gets 9 and 9, whatever you want to call it. They're going to have to put up 20 and 20 together on average if the Mavericks want to win this series. And also, Dallas has got to make open shots. They're going to get opportunities. That offense is insane. Luka Doncic is an offensive machine, whether it comes to passing or scoring the ball. The Mavs just got to make their open shots. Now, going to my prediction, I am a little biased because I am a Texan at heart. Both of my parents are from Texas. A lot of my family lives in Texas. Shout out to my older sister. She lives in Texas. Just met me an uncle recently. But getting to the main point, I think the Mavs are going to win this in 7. I do. I don't trust Boston against competition and adversity. I don't think Boston has a true number one option. Who in the world is Boston going to go to in the clutch? Who? Have they? When was the last time Boston has had to go to someone in the clutch? Right. Exactly. And I think Kyrie Irving's in for a big series. Will he win the Finals MVP? I can't 100% guarantee that. But I will tell you that I think Kyrie is in for a big series. He's going back to Boston. Boston doesn't like him. He's going to be very motivated. I believe Kyrie Irving is in for a really big series here. I think it's going to be great to watch. I believe the Mavericks are going to win. You guys let me know who you think is going to win in the comments. I'm sorry about the camera work this video, by the way. I know it's been a little spoofy. I'm still trying to get my technology straight. Of course, I just came from my first year of college at North Carolina A&T. Very fun. I was abroad for 10 days, which is why I didn't drop a lot of videos. There is a commercial coming out really soon. Well, not a commercial, more of like a docu commercial sort of thing when I was in Spain, Morocco, Africa, all that. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. But without further ado, I wish you guys nothing but the best. Stay loved, stay blessed. I'm going to end this video. Thank you for watching.